Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Vacos Cam. So this is a security camera that's actually pretty feature packed with quite a few capabilities, including AI. So in this video we're going to set it up and check out what it has to offer. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so this is the package that it comes in. It's wrapped in plastic film. Take that off. So we got the picture of the camera, the logo, some slogans, and most importantly the features, which it is completely wireless, 100% wire free. So it is battery operated and it charges. It's got AI and PIR detection, and the AI feature is able to distinguish between human movements and, let's just say, a bush or something, or tree leaves moving around. So we got full color night vision, and what that is there are two LED lights here. We can see the yellow one. Those activate during nighttime and gives light to have the full color vision. We also have two-way audio, so you can talk between your phone and this camera. So there's two ways that the camera stores video. It's internal memory of 16 GB or cloud storage. It does work with Alexa. It also has a feature of a siren, so it's kind of like an alarm or a deterrent to warn intruders that they have been seen. And it is IP65 waterproof. Alright, so let's go ahead and open it up. So on the top we see the Vacos logo, and that just comes out. We get a little sticker where you let people know that you have surveillance. The user manual that we'll need to set up the camera, and here's all the pieces that it comes with. Go ahead and check out the camera itself. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Now it has a kind of a shiny finish, as you guys can see, and there's an embedded logo on the side, actually both sides. On the back of the camera we have a mounting hole and a little button up here. On the bottom of it we have a little port that opens up, and this is where we're going to charge it, which is a micro USB. And here we can see the speaker for talking back and forth. So here in the front of the camera we got some protectors, and we can go ahead and pull that off. There's also a very fine film on the face. And so here we can see all of our sensors. So the top two is for night vision LED lights. We have a little pinhole here, that's the mic. And then we got a couple other sensors below that. And obviously right in the middle we have the camera lens. So yeah, pretty straightforward overall. Let's check out what else comes in this box. So we have a couple mounting options. We have a wall mount, if you want to permanently mount this to a wall. Or we have this other option here, which is a magnetic mount. That's kind of like a round ball. And that just magnetizes to the back, just like that. So it's attracted to it. And I definitely like this option here because it's very easy just to pop it off and charge it when you need to, and then pop it back on. And speaking about charging, there is a 6700 milliamp batteries, so this camera should last for months and months, depending on how much it gets triggered and has to record. And we do have the hardware that's needed, and also we get a USB cable to charge it. So yeah, and that's everything for the box, and as you guys can see, it was packed very well. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the manual here. So this is everything that's included. So here it shows us what everything does.
Welcome and thanks for choosing camera. Initializing camera, please wait.
Okay.
Waiting for setup.
So as I set it down, I accidentally, turned it on this button. So we are going to set it up here in a second. But before we do that, we obviously need to download the app. So I'm going to be using an Android phone. So let's go ahead and look up Vacos. So it looks like that's it right here. Go ahead and install it. So let's go ahead and open the app. I guess we're going to have to sign up and agree to terms. So here you're going to have to enter your phone or email. I'm just going to go ahead and do an email. So they're going to send a code, make a password, and it says success. Now we're going to log in. Alright, so this is how it starts up. So what we're going to need to do is add a device. So we're going to click on this big add button. So I guess we're going to have to set our permissions to allow. So yeah, once you get all the things on and the permissions granted, then it goes to this screen here. So it's asking us what it is: camera, doorbell, or indoor cam. So it's the first one here. So it's asking us to press this button here for 6 seconds. So let's go ahead and do that.
Device reset succeeded. Welcome and thanks for choosing camera. Initializing camera, please wait. Waiting for setup.
So we see a little red light there blinking. So we're going to click the check mark here and then next. So here you're going to enter your Wi-Fi password. Alright, so after that we're going to get a QR code and we need to scan it with the camera. And there it goes.
Connecting Wi-Fi.
So we can click scan succeeded. And now it looks like it's connecting, or whatever it's doing. There's 5-6% right there. So now we have a little blue light that blinks.
Internet connection failed. Please check your network.
For some reason it wasn't able to connect. It looks like it's maybe going through a reset or something. It's definitely doing something. It keeps resetting itself. So going through the process, and we're about to hit 100. And for some reason it failed. Very weird. Okay, let's retry and see what happens. Maybe I'm a little too far from the router.
Device is now online.
Alright, so it actually worked. It just said device online. So yeah, so if it doesn't work, I guess try again. And the way you do that is you just hold this button here for 3-4 seconds and it says that it resets, and then just go through the connecting again. So I think I'm a little bit far away from the Wi-Fi. That's probably the reason why I failed the first time. But in any case, so here we can see that we get to name the device. So let's go ahead and name this thing Yard, because I think I'm going to use it outside. But you can obviously custom name it whatever you want. Now if we click here, we should be able to see live. And there it goes. Okay, so it did look like it would freeze there, so I must be too far away from the Wi-Fi. So that's probably why I had a little bit of issue there. But in any case, we've connected. It seems to work and everything's good. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this thing somewhere, and we'll check out the app and all the features that it has. Alright guys, so here we are outside, and I decided to mount this on the tree. And the reason why is because it's pointing towards the door here. So there's a pretty good area here for it. But what I wanted to show you is how this thing mounts. So this is the other part of the magnetic ball. So you just put one screw through here with the bracket going up this way, and then this piece, and just literally slides on top of it and goes down and clicks on, and that's it. It's a really nice clean look, and the camera simply just magnetizes to the ball just like that, and you can really point it to any direction you want. Pretty good motion here. So, and this part is rubberized, so it's a nice connection there. It's not like plastic to plastic or anything, so it's got a nice solid feel to it. It's not just going to fall or something. It's got a good resistance to it. So yeah, I'm just going to aim it that way, and so whenever the mailman comes or anybody to the door, it's going to notify me. So yeah, this is what it looks like out in the wild. Now you probably want to mount this somewhere where it's not very reachable, because then, you know, anybody can just grab it and go with it. So maybe mounting it somewhere higher up and the ceiling somewhere pointing down would be a better idea. Alright guys, and here I have the app open. Hopefully you can see something. It's a little bright outside, but we can see what the camera is seeing right now. And it's updating pretty well. Now I do have it pretty far from the Wi-Fi router. It's probably about 30 feet or more. So if it was a little closer, it would be better. So if you go more than 30, you might have quite a bit of trouble. But if you don't go as far, it seems to be doing okay as far as live viewing. So we get quite a bit of information here. We got the date. We got a settings button on the side on the top there. If we put our phone in landscape mode, we can see the full screen. That's kind of cool. And we do have the options to use the record button, the photo button, and the microphone button to talk. So in horizontal mode, we can see we have all the options here. So we have the speaker. If we click on it, the speaker will come on. But there is some feedback there, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off since we are by the camera. So here we have a notification button. If we click that, so this is where your notifications will be. The next button we have is the cloud button. If we click on that, here you can access the cloud or the internal storage. Here on the top we have a toggle. So if we click device, it should load up all of the detections. But I think it's having a little bit of trouble because the device is still too far away from the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, that's something to consider about this camera in particular, is that you do need to be a little bit closer to the Wi-Fi. And then on the bottom we have our hot buttons, which is the picture, video. If you click on record, what it's going to do is actually going to record what it sees here live to your phone. If you want to, you know, catch something in the action, you can do that. Or same way, take a picture and it'll save it to your phone. Right in the middle here we have our speaker buttons right now. And so you'd use that to talk back and forth, kind of like an intercom between the camera and the phone. So here on the top we have settings, and if we click that, we can see we have camera here, the battery life, so you can see where the battery's at. Here we have an option for siren, so we're going to check that out in a second. Device volume, we can adjust the volume of the device, put it on 80% for now. LED status, so if you wanted to turn off indicators of any kind on the camera that it's, you know, doing anything, you can turn that off. So if I turn it back on, we can see that little blue light. Put it off, it goes away. So if you want it to be more discreet, you can turn it off. So here we have recording settings, so you can set the schedule for when you want it to record and not. So at certain times when you know you're not needing the camera to, you know, monitor anything, you can schedule it not to do anything at that time. Cloud storage settings. So it does come with 90 days of free cloud, and then after that you have to pay for the service. So you can claim it here by pushing the button over here for 90 days, and it will record 8 seconds of any alerts and store them in the cloud. Here we have a restart button and the firmware, and that's pretty much it. So it's quite basic and not too complicated and quite easy to use. Alright, so for the next part, let's go ahead and try out the motion detection. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn it all off and just walk in front of the camera and see what happens. There we go. We're going to get in front of it and see if we get any kind of notification to our phone. Alright, so it looks like we got a message. We can see in the feed here it says human detection or induction, I guess. It's going to load it up. So here we go on the very top. Going to load up the video, and there I am with the camera walking around. So it actually, if you notice, it says human induction, so it actually sees human. And this is the AI part. If you guys see here right on the edge of the screen, I'm going to try to walk in front of it. There's a little red dot right there in the corner. You can see a little red little guy because it can see me, and so it knows it's a human. And so as I walk away and I got a little notification, the red dot disappears. So it actually can tell, and that's the AI part of it, that it is a human. So a lot of times with these security cameras is that you're going to have these little bushes moving all around, and it's going to pick them up as detection, and it gets quite annoying when it's constantly alerting you for no reason. This one, it seems like it understands what a human looks like and alerts you only when there's actually, you know, something going on, like a human walking around. Now if we go into the settings here under our PIR, which is our motion detection sensor, and that's not the AI but the actual movement sensor, we can change that from low, medium to high, and you probably want to leave it at low, because if you put it on high, it's probably going to trigger it from these plants, and if you have trees or a bunch of things moving around, you want to keep that on low, because what's happening is the AI is doing all the work. So let's go ahead and try the siren. So I'm going to turn the siren on, see what happens. So this thing should have some kind of like a siren alert as it sees something or someone. So I'm going to go ahead and walk in front of it. It's making this siren alert. So let's see if I go away and go back in. Yeah. It's not crazy loud, but it's definitely quite audible, and you can definitely hear it. So if you want to use that, you know, for kind of just scaring, I guess, people away, you could. So it does have that option, but I don't think I'm going to use that because I don't want to freak the mailman away. But yeah, guys, everything else is, you know, quite intuitive and very easy to use, honestly. And it alerts you straight to your notifications, and, you know, you can see from anywhere, even if when you're not home, you can see what's going on. And the cloud will save the 8-second clips. And also we have internal storage, so we can go back and look at, you know, the longer portions of what happened. Also in the live view, you can zoom in if you want to get a little closer and see what's going on. So let's go ahead and try out this intercom. All right, so I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's coming through here. So there's a little bit of echo, but it is working. So right now we're in intercom mode, talking between the phone and the camera. So this is great if you want to talk to someone that's, you know, outside the door or the gate or wherever this camera is. Could be useful, I guess, if you wanted to have a conversation, and especially in the time and age that we're living in, this could be quite useful maybe. Alright guys, so it's completely dark right now, and I'm using another camera that does a little better in the dark, and you guys can see how the lights are on right now. So here's what it's lighting up, and there's street lights here, so I'm gonna wait here for a second till it turns off. And there it goes. So as you can see, it's a pretty good amount of light, but, you know, nothing too major. So I'm gonna wave my hand in front of the camera, and there it goes. So yeah, not too bad, and it turned right off. So okay, there it goes. So yeah, they're not bad, but they're not, don't expect, you know, super bright. Let's see if we point them at the ground. It's a decent amount of light, but not great. And this is what it looks like on the app. So it's actually much better than I thought it would be. It's quite bright, and definitely you can see more than without it. I'm going to cover them with my fingers so you guys can see a little better what it looks like without them. So yeah, you can see it's very dark, maybe like this, but yeah, it's completely pitch dark, so you definitely need these lights to get that nice view. And also, I don't think I showed you guys, but right here there's a little SD button on the side, and if you push it, you can choose between full HD and just SD. So if you push on full HD, the picture quality gets a lot better. So I guess this is a 1080 live preview, and then the SD is a 720. So yeah, overall a really great camera. It seems to do everything very well. My favorite part is definitely the AI. It seems to do a great job of knowing there's an actual human and to notify you. It hasn't notified me randomly of anything so far, and that's quite impressive. So I would say that's definitely the highlight of this camera. As far as the app goes, it seems to work very well also. No real issues there. The only downfall that I found is maybe the range of the camera itself. It can't be too far. Of course, I'm over 30 feet away, so that's already pushing it. And I gotta go through quite a bit of walls there, so. But yeah, other than that, it does everything you would want it to do, and seems to do a great job at it. Alright guys, well hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then hit that like button. If you want to pick up this camera for yourself, I'm going to have some links in the description, so check that out. And also, if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more, then stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.